So machine gun, shotgun, and I don't want the dual barrel because that's more complex, so let's hit the pallet shot. Oh my gosh, well, what do we have here, guys? Anyways, welcome to this new video. So I can't help but notice that dab.io just received a huge update. And if I mean huge, I mean huge. And by huge, I don't mean it was reworked from the ground up. I just mean this game hasn't received an update since like a year, I would say. This is actually huge. Anyways, they added you can have an account. There's also a shop here. You can actually change your name color for only 5 USD monthly, which is something. You know, they added the menu. You can set your own keybinds and settings. But most importantly, they added a new set of tank, which, spoiler alert, is gonna be a thing about this video. You can achieve that tank both ways using machine gun or sniper. I'm gonna click sniper for some reason. And then you got a shotgun, which is actually a new class. And after you click that, you got a choice whether you're gonna play pellet shotgun or dual barrel shotgun. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna click, I'm not gonna show you how it looks like, because I want to achieve that via honest measures, let's put it this way. So let's play a couple of games in free-for-all. What the hell is even that? You know, allegedly there was some kind of Halloween update, which I unfortunately didn't play. Don't expect a video out of that. Anyways, let's see the channel log, because the last like a real update was in February, which added a new auto tank, which was a kind of disappointment. But you know, in October 20 they added these new tanks and also new mods. It has been real hard to come up with new ideas in creating content here in this game, because you know, this was not really frequently updated, so I'm actually kind of glad that I have new contents to explore. Oh my gosh. I've been talking about this for quite a few times and I'm gonna repeat that. I hate how the achievements are always being resetted. Like, come on. I'm not sure if I told you, but I once destroyed the green shape. I'm not sure if it was the pentagon or square, but you know, if you haven't known, there are green ones, the green shapes, they're really rare, and if you destroy them you get a secret achievement actually. But you don't actually have to do that at all, because all your achievements are gonna reset in no time, so why bother, right? Anyways, I'm obviously choosing the age-old strategy of being a glass cannon, because everybody hates boring games. I like to live on the edge, if you know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. So, I actually realized that it's better to prioritize the movement speed over other things, maybe besides the damage and penetration, because those two are kind of important as well. But you know, if I were to choose 3 categories, it would be those two. Like bullet penetration, bullet damage, and movement speed. You can be, you know, the best tank ever, but if you lack the movement speed, you're gonna die. Especially in bullet hells. Oh my gosh, is he a rammer? What the hell was that? By the way, this game got reworked on many fields. It also got reworked when it comes to, you know, the balancing of the damage and so on. But I haven't noticed any real changes yet. Oh my gosh. We've been playing for 2 minutes, which I'm not really bothered by that, but I want to know how much time it's gonna get for me to finally achieve the age-old level of 45, because come on. Unfortunately, they haven't added any more levels, which is kind of shame, but but I suppose they would need to come up. They would need to come up with a bunch of other tanks. Which, I mean, we got like 3 tanks in 1 year, which means that don't expect much. But I actually appreciate this game lives after, you know, it's been almost 10 years since this game is on, so it's actually kind of, what am I doing with pre-upgrading? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't kill him. You see that leader? That's what I was talking about. If you pay $5, you can have this fancy name, but I don't think it's quite worth it to be paying, because you aren't receiving many advantages besides of that name. But I wouldn't also like to see this game become a pay-to-win kind of game, so I feel like when it comes to cosmetics, it's good to have microtransactions, but I don't know. Oh my gosh, look at that guy. I mean, it actually looks kind of cool, I have to admit. Oh my gosh, what the hell was even that? This is actually not the newest tank, but nobody is using that build for some reason. I actually have to point out there are much more players than there used to be, because, you know, I'm not really sure if it's a time thing that a lot of people are playing during this time range, but there are lots of people. You know, there have been times where you could be, you know, walking around for like 5 minutes without spotting anyone, but not today apparently. I can definitely say that the center of the map got really buffed, because look at this. This has never been so crowded with this alpha pentagons. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh, what is that? That is a purple pentagon? I've never seen that. I have to point out that I studied a lot of things about that game, but purple pentagon, that's quite a new thing for me. Demon. This is like get rich or die young trying type of model, because I feel like what this does is that a lot of people would want to go here just to farm anything, because, you know, previously the center of the map was, you know, arguably much weaker, but now a lot of people would come here just to die, which I guess it's cool. Definitely adds a lot of fun to the game. Anyways, I want this off pentagon. I hope nobody is gonna steal that from me. Of course it's gonna be stolen. What do I expect? Anyways, we can actually switch to machine gun. I feel like the machine gun is much better pathway to get that new shotgun, because I feel like, I mean, shotgun is gonna look much more similar when it comes to machine gun build than sniper, I would say. So there's that. Anyways, guys, I have to be quite honest with you. I've already tested the new shotgun on the sandbox, and it actually, you know, it actually looked really similarly to Destroyer build. It plays the same, I would say, because it's, even though if you have maxed out reload, it's actually reloading pretty slowly. And so it's like you have to be really accurate with your shots, and that's basically the same thing with the Destroyer. You are really OP, but the fire rate is not really that good. So it really, are we gonna upgrade to shotgun? I'm not sure if that, you know, a lot of times level 30 tanks, as you can see here, are not really good. You know, usually most of the times those 4 tanks are great, and then the upper end of the row is really good, but the middle one not that good. So how about we just gonna test the shotgun. By the way, as you could see, you got that range increased, which is quite good, but that's kind of self-explanatory because you're going from the sniper. Anyways, as you can see, we haven't maxed out our reload, but still this is reloading really slowly, so we have to be more precise. But I actually want to say that this actually gives you kind of a room for an error when it comes to comparing it to Destroyer, because the spread is far more superior. That guy just got obliterated, but he was like level 0. Oh my god! Oh! You know, guys, probably it's better to upgrade on the shotgun once you achieve the level 45. Because as you could see, I couldn't create a shield with my bullets, which is kind of shame. I find it really hard to survive. I would wonder if they considered, the developers, if they considered making the map slightly bigger, because this is a huge density when it comes to players. Anyway, so far nobody's really paying for that $5. Oh fridge, I couldn't have done anything to make myself survive. Anyways, I found out that killing others results in a much higher... it's much faster to kill others to gain levels, because this is quite ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being hunted. Oh my gosh, are you for freaking real? You know, as an OG, I can say it's much harder. You know, I've been recording for 16 minutes now. Granted, first few minutes I've been rambling about that update, but oh my gosh! Unfortunately I didn't kill the second guy, but that was quite intense. Let's get out of here. Maybe it was a bad idea to not upgrade the max health nor reload. Anyways, it's been much harder now. It's been much harder than ever to level up to level 45, I have to say, because this has become a battlefield. Like literally, look at this guy. He's so fast. Anyways, demon, come here. Oh my gosh! Finally, level 45. I'm so glad that we achieved that. So machine gun, shotgun, and I don't want the dual barrel because that's more complex, so let's hit the pallet shot. Oh my gosh, that guy is gonna be dead in no time. But that reloaded again, I haven't maxed it out because I still feel like the movement speed is far more superior, but die, motherfucker. I'm sorry I'm swearing, but that's quite intense, and I feel like we are the same build. And he's got a better reload. Oh my gosh. I feel like we can we? No! Somebody ate him. But, you know, for a few seconds I thought we were gonna die, so... I want to point out that my theory just was proven, that it's actually better to be killing that to farm tremendously the score. But by the way, I feel like it's... You know, once you start shooting at somebody who is far away from you, it's really hard to, you know, damage him. Because look at this, even though I got my damage maxed out, oh my gosh, he's probably a rammer, so he's, you know, kind of the exception. But you really have to be close to your target in order to eliminate them in one shot. But I feel like the boosting tactic still works. Oh my gosh, but it's so risky. I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't encourage you to boost, because maybe, by the way, guys, if you really want to boost, it's better to do that horizontally than vertically, because you obviously can see more things on the sides of your monitor than up and down, and therefore you can be caught off guard much quicker. Anyways, we are in the leaderboard, which is good, I feel like. Die! I'm gonna spawn camp you. Did you see that damage? Oh my gosh, I feel like it's this tank is actually better when it comes to eliminating the bigger bots, because they have obviously a bigger hitbox, which means much more bullets are gonna hit you. But this literally looks like a shotgun, and I have to point out, it really feels like a shotgun. I'm not really sure how they were able to achieve that, but you actually feel like you are having a shotgun. Can we actually destroy this guy? Oh my gosh, we are being surrounded. I'm not chasing anyone right now. Like, look at this pallet. I'm not really sure if that's a thing of the pallet shot, because obviously pallet means you're essentially firing little shits of nothing, and the cumulative things of that shits is gonna do the damage. But still, it feels weak, but also feels like shotgun. Sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, stop rambling. He's a rammer. And I would like to know if we would be able to defend ourselves against rammer, because so far it doesn't look like it. Bro, get out of here. You know what's great? That you're pushing away those bullets. Obviously, if you're shooting at somebody, you're essentially pushing away those guys with your bullets. But with this build, you're actually... I feel like it feels like that you're pushing away much more distance when it comes to players. Did you see that? I was actually talking about it. Like, look at that. Which, I mean, that's a great defensive thing, but I'm not really sure if, when it comes to, oh my gosh, a factory. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I don't want to be here. Oh no, a summoner. That's the very bad timing for that. We are being chased. Oh, this is actually our demise. Oh my gosh. Did we actually repel a damaging fighter? No, we didn't. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. That was on me. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, please. I mean, I'm trying to get monetized. Anyways, have a nice rest of the day, and bye-bye.